Thank you. Thank you. If you get a clap before you speak, you bow down and you go away. It's homecoming for me because it is in this place, in this school, where I began my journey and my love affair with the United World Colleges. Veronica was a member of the board, and they invited me here so that the council and the boards of the schools and the heads and the chairs of the school would decide if they liked me well enough for me to take the position of being the chair of all our 18 schools. And of course, if I liked them too. And we liked each other. And I have never looked back. It was not love at first sight, because the United World Colleges has been in existence for 62 years. And 3 years ago, as a board, we said we were going to celebrate the 60 years of the United World Colleges, but to do so, we needed to celebrate at every space who we are, because if we stayed only 60 years, we would only have Atlantic School. And so I come back here, having visited 12 schools of our 18 schools, having attended a number of the celebrations of different ages. In the last 3 weeks, 50 years of Pearson, 10 years of Robert Bosch, and here today, another 10 years. I want to tell you, I come to you with experience. So I want to share in 2 minutes 3 things that I would like you to remember. One, I want you to remember that we really look good together. And we look good together because we have certain things that bind us, so that when you meet a person, a child who has been selected and gone through the orientation by the National Committee, that young person is going to tell you they are a UWC before they even go to the school. And I have witnessed for that. And you can ask any of your new ones who are only 1 month old. The reason they do so is that during orientation, we talk about who we are together and the values that bind us, and that we are about education for excellency, but also education for peace. What I want you to remember that the experience that I have learned is that education for peace is not easy stuff. We are committing, and our students, and especially our teachers, and those who care for the well-being of our schools, those who cook their food, are committed to making our vision work. And I bring you in this space the many people with whom we collaborate at every level to make UWC schools work. The second thing that I would like you to remember is that peace is not cheap, or it's not one thing, or it's not the absence of war. We all know that. That's not my original saying. It depends where you are sitting. But if you really believe peace comes by justice, which is what we try to tell to our students, then justice is never just us. And that means we will have certain constraints even as we try to interpret this. And I see it when I visit our schools in the discussions. I've had opportunity to sit with students and debate and hear them out. And I like the fact that their views don't always agree, but they stay in the discussion table. They stay in the schools. This is what we are together. And lastly, I would like you to remember, we are on a journey. We are travelers together. We collaborate on this journey, and there have been many people before us, as was said this morning by our Executive Director, Faith. Among them, we've had people like Nelson Mandela as the president of this organization. When we think of Nelson Mandela, we think of someone who went through the struggles and came out the other way around. When I think of one of our founders, Ruben, I focus my eyes on the life of Nelson Mandela. And I say there are people who go through the fire of life. And God willing, they come out of that fire and influence more change. I saw this in my lifetime. So I come to you as my job description as the International Board Chair is to talk about who we are together, to celebrate that together. I congratulate you, and I tell you, we look healthy, good, focused, determined together as the United World Colleges. And I hope that wherever you are, a parent, a student, a donor, a supporter, your eye will stay on the needle, because education is forever. It does not go out of fashion. Thank you very much.